Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. I am Omar Rusanda Amado. Coming up, minority calls for bipartisan parliamentary probe into $240 million Bank of Ghana Gold for Reserves loss.
Board protects its books by passing the exchange rate losses directly onto the Bank of Ghana. So this is not a market fluctuation problem. This is a system that is designed to make losses and for the state to bleed.
Ghana National Fire Service warns against attacks on firefighters, saying offenders will face prosecution. Police shoot and kill suspects in Ford highway robbery on Ehuan Kwanta Obuasi Road. Unpaid medical bills cause severe congestion at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. In Channel 1 Business, survey shows majority of Ghanaians say living standards have improved amid economic optimism. And in Channel 1 Sports, Joshua stable after Nigeria car crash that killed 2. We're grateful that you joined us for the Channel 1 Newsroom. We start off from Parliament, and the minority in the House is calling for a bipartisan investigation into the reported $240 million loss by the Bank of Ghana under the Gold for Reserves program. Addressing journalists, the ranking member on the Economy and Development Committee, Kojo Ponkroma, stated that the inquiry should be conducted by a parliamentary ad hoc committee with the power to subpoena all contracts, licenses, intermediaries, and related entities. Channel 1 News' Ni Ayuko Okain has more.
International Monetary Fund (IMF) reports operational costs from the Ghana Gold Board alongside trading shortfalls have driven losses under the Bank of Ghana's Gold Reserves program to the tune of $214 million within the first 9 months of the year 2025. Addressing journalists, the Minority Caucus expressed worry over the matter, describing the Gold Board as a scheme that is designed to incur state losses while promoting the activities of intermediaries.
Gold Board protects its books by passing the exchange rate losses directly onto the Bank of Ghana. So this is not a market fluctuation problem. This is a system that is designed to make losses and for the state to bleed, so intermediaries will remain secure and profitable. $214 million, that is from the beginning of the year to September, not the full one. It could have built 12 fully equipped Agenda 111 district hospitals, which the MPP started and which this administration has refused to continue so far.
The caucus also questioned the license of Bower Rock Company Limited, a private firm, by Gold Board as the sole aggregator for the purchase of artisanal gold from suppliers.
With the creation of this monopoly, questions are coming up. Who is benefiting from the deliberate and needless monopoly? Who is Alhaji Bower Rock Limited? How did his company become the only aggregator assigned to buy all of our gold from that particular segment of the market?
The minority also disclosed that a motion has been filed with the office of the Speaker demanding a bipartisan probe into circumstances that led to the $214 million loss by the Ghana Gold Board.
We are demanding the following: a bipartisan parliamentary inquiry into the circumstances under which the Republic of Ghana has lost $214 million, heading to $300 million, to be done here by the Parliament of Ghana on a bipartisan basis, as I mentioned.
In response, the majority caucus described Gold Board's losses as a transactional cost, criticizing the minority caucus for spreading falsehood.
The allegation is that Gold Board is in debt, losses of $214 million. $240 million. And they've also proposed that by the close of the year, Gold Board will be in debt, total debt of $300 million. Let me put on records that this is serious propaganda. And I know that this will not end anywhere. As we speak today, Gold Board has not rendered its financials. Let's wait for the Gold Board to render its financials before we can say that this is a cost. But all what we are saying is that the operations of the Gold Board is for a purpose. Is the purpose of setting up the Gold Board is in progress. Look at the stability of the cedi now. You understand my point? Look at inflation, look at the cedi and the dollar relationship we have today. So we are achieving it. You see, MPP is intentionally making this news to render our economic gains useless. But Ghanaians know what is happening in this country.
Where the caucus believes that where negligence or corruption is proven, criminal prosecutions must follow and state resources recovered. Reporting for Channel 1 News from Parliament, Ni Ayukwe Okine.
Let's remain with this story and go back to the minority side, because the CEO of the Gold Board, Sami Jemfi, has taken to Facebook and questioned the MPP's concerns, and he says that they superintended over more losses when they were in government. Essentially, they do not have locus to be questioned in this particular matter. Let's go to Deputy Ranking Member on the Economy and Development Committee of Parliament, Foko Chinebu Akodia. You're welcome to Channel 1 Newsroom, sir.
Thank you, Omaro, and greetings to our listeners and viewers.
So you called a press conference today. The CEO of Gold Board has responded to you. I'm sure you've seen the post on Facebook suggesting that you don't even have the right to comment on this matter because when you were in power, you superintended over West issues. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, thank you, Omaro, and I thank you for the opportunity. You know, firstly, we made this press conference because, the activities of Gold Board has led to this significant loss of $240 million to the state, eroding the wealth of this nation in a way that we believe Ghanaians ought to know. That is why we made the press conference. The response by the CEO of Gold Board is rather unfortunate. The first point is, if you are a CEO, okay, and this issue has happened, significant loss like this through your activities, the institution that you are heading, I'm surprised to hear or see on social media that his response is that, okay, I've made the loss, but MPP also made certain losses. Think about it. If it was some party communicators doing their usual thing, we would have said, okay, fine. They are just, making their usual party communication. But for a CEO of such an institution to come out to say, yes, there's been this significant loss of 240 million US dollars. And my response is that certain losses happen under NPP. That's my response. But let me get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, but is it not factual?
I'm coming there.
Yeah, but if it's factual, then it's a point that has to be made to remind you that you cannot speak about this matter because you'll be worse.
I'm coming there. Just a minute. I want listeners to understand this clearly. So the figures that were put out by Samit MP, you see, he lumped some figures, and that needs to be unpacked. Okay, if you look at the figures that he put out there under the MPP, we had different programs to address specific issues. The gold for oil was on its own, and that came in specifically, cautiously to address prices at a certain point in time where dollars, were quite scarce. So you use gold to import oil. The country needed, to import oil. If you don't have the dollars, then you can buy the gold with dollars. This is brilliant. It's really innovative, and it worked very well. Then we had the gold for reserves, gold to back our reserves. In other words, if you wanted to import, you could use gold for same rather than going after the US dollar. Okay, that program was successful. There was no loss. Okay, so if it's on social media and whatever, you should clear and break it down. Program that was no loss, and that is the only program that you could liken somehow to the gold board operation. So under the NPP, gold for reserve, zero loss compared to his 214 million US dollar loss. Okay, so if you are comparing, that is how you have to do it. Zero versus 214 million US dollars. Put the gold for oil as that was a one-time program, and it was successful. Okay, so he's lumping all these together. We also had the PMMC MIF gold trading program, which was also successful. So he's lumping all these together, and I believe Ghanaians, will sit through to understand these. And like I've said, what you can compare the gold bond losses to is the gold for reserves, and there was completely no loss under the NPP because we bought solid gold, okay, to back our imports, and there was no trading. That put away all the FX and trading risks and all that, and we knew what we were doing. Okay.
Now,
if we are calling for
in admitting that there were losses, he says that the losses in this instance case came with some improved fiscals, and it's something that we could possibly celebrate.
Okay, so if I got you right, what they're trying to say is that yes, gold board has helped to let's say stabilize the heat and inflation and so on. If we have these parameters improving, it's good. But then you go back to where these started. How did we get here? Is it because of gold board? The answer is no. Because if you look at reserves alone, under the NPP, we had more reserves, built than what gold board has done. Gold board has added just 7 metric tons of gold. NPP did 22.3 metric tons of gold. So if we were to take just the performance of gold board, no, that has not supported these metrics. Okay. If you talk about the metrics that we have now, what NPP handed over, the 5.7% GDP growth, the restructuring of our debt, in October 2024, which created a fiscal space. These were the basis that we have transferred into 2025 that have given us the results that we have. And then look at what BOG has been doing. Yes, we have the Cedi stabilized, but this unsustainable way of dumping dollars to the market, very soon we will be asking the governor of Bank of Ghana to tell Ghanaians, how much it has cost this nation in terms of sterilization. i.e., buying liquidity to support our local currency. Because for you to buy dollars, you need to save liquidity from the market. And this costs this nation a lot of money. So aside this loss of $214 million US dollars, very soon we'll be asking the governor as well, cost of sterilization. He has to tell this nation because it's significant amount of cost to this nation. It is good we have the stability, but it must be sustainable. It must be backed by real economic transformation.
Your press conference also focused on the gold board as an entity, and you raised some issues. Are you suggesting that the gold board should be scrapped, or there are some things that ought to be dealt with for the gold board to succeed?
You see, during the passing of the bill in Parliament, backing the gold board, and I'm sure, Omari, you followed this. This was rushed through. The bill was rushed through Parliament because, I mean, the majority, yes, of course, they have the numbers. So everything, when you give the advice, it's all about those that support, let's say, I and then it goes. Okay, we gave advice on this. These were never taken. Okay, because if you ask yourself, how could one entity be just the aggregator for all the small-scale miners in this country? A company called Bawa Rock, owned by one Alhaji Bawa. How come he's the only aggregator? This inquiry that we are calling for, we need to understand who is this person, this company, how did it become the only aggregator, the sole aggregator for all small-scale mining, gold that we purchase, the sole aggregator. How did it happen? What processes did we go through? So there's a lot that Ghanaians ought to know. We are doing this to safeguard this nation. Okay, so a lot of things we said, these were not taken, and here we are. Within just 9 months, this $214 million US dollars loss is just for 9 months. If you extrapolate this to end of this year, December, we are looking at not less than $300 million. And you can't come out and, put something on social media that, look, my response is that NPP also made some losses. And I've given the explanation. You have to decouple all these to understand that if you talk about gold for reserves, NPP made no loss. And that is the only line that you can liken to the gold board. NPP made no loss at all. You can come back on that. NPP made no loss. And you are making $214 million US dollars within 9 months. And Ghanaians ought to know. And like I said, there are a number of issues that we need clarity on. And we are asking for a commission to look into this for us to unpack and unravel all that has happened.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's a deputy member on the Economic Committee of Parliament, an MP member of Parliament for Manson Kwanta in the Ashanti region. This is Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. Now, 3 suspects have been shot dead by personnel from the Ashanti South Regional Police Command in a failed robbery along the Kwanta-Obuasi Highway. The incident occurred on December 24, 2025, with the suspects engaging the police in a shootout leading to their deaths. There's more in the following report filed by Ashanti Regional Correspondent Tawfiq Mohammed.
The Ashanti South Regional Police Command led an intelligence operation along the Kwanta-Obuasi Highway, leading to a gun battle with 3 suspected armed robbers. Addressing journalists in Bekwai, the Ashanti South Regional Police Commander, DCOP Joseph Hammond Nyaba, said police retrieved 2 pump-action guns, 1 unbranded pistol, 25 live cartridges, and 6 spent cartridges from the scene. He added that the suspects were linked to several robberies, including the Jacobo Airport robbery, multiple highway robberies, and an attack on a gold buyer.
The suspects are identified as Cedi Isa, Musa Yakubu, and Yahya Munkaila, also known as Tijani, were gunned down on the 24th December 2025 when they converged in a bush between Kwanta and Jacobu Junction to carry out a planned operation. The officers encountered the gang, came under gunfire, and returned fire, gunning down the 3 suspects, while 2 others escaped. The suspects were rushed to Bekwai Municipal Hospital, where they were pronounced dead on arrival, and their bodies were deposited at the hospital morgue for preservation and autopsy.
DCOP Joseph Hammond Nyaba further added that in a follow-up operation, police recovered an AK-47 assault rifle, an MG3 rifle, a pump-action gun, and a single-barrel gun, along with ammunition and personal items. He said the police are working to trace the source of the weapons and arrest accomplices at large.
The suspects are believed to be behind several robberies, including the Decoupling airport robbery on the 3rd of November 2025, which led to the death of a security man, multiple highway robberies along Mansu Stretch, the Antwerpen robbery, the Abofo Forest robbery near Ofinsu, and the attack on a gold buyer at Anyankwanta on the 8th of December 2025. In the follow-up operation on the 26th of December 2025, at a palm plantation near Mansu in Kwanta, where the suspects usually hide rifles, police recovered 1 AK-47 assault rifle, 1 MG3 assault rifle, 1 pump-action gun, and 1 single-barrel gun, together with ammunition and personal items.
Now, the Ghana National Fire Service has cautioned civilians against attacking firefighters on duty, warning that perpetrators risk prosecution and sanctions. According to the service, there's a crucial need to ensure the safety and security of officers while they discharge their duties. Meanwhile, fire officers have been charged to remain updated on the GNFC's operational module to stay more efficient. Correspondent Akwesiado has more in the following from the Central Region.
Fire officers are often attacked verbally and physically over alleged delayed responses or faulty equipment. The most recent incident was the stabbing of a non-duty firefighter during one of such confrontations. The Wager Fire Station, as directed by the National Fire Service Administration, held a procession through the principal streets of SCC Wager as part of a campaign to educate members of the public on the need to support firefighters rather than attack them. They also seized the opportunity to educate members of the public on fire safety measures.
Of late, when we go to emergency scenes and other assignments, the community of which we are serving them, they will in turn attack it.
The Wager Fire Service Commander, ACFO2 Isaac Sarr, in an interview with Channel 1 News, said the service will henceforth not relent on taking measures against civilians who attack personnel in the line of duty.
Management are taking decision on that. And I know the recent one, I remember the guy who was stabbed. The court are dealing with the case. So I'm sure when the outcome comes, the masses will know the steps that fire service are taking to avert all those things.
He, however, charged firefighters to be professional while urging them to pursue advanced knowledge as well as staying updated on the service's operational guidelines.
They should be health conscious and then they should learn. They should try as much as possible to upgrade themselves.
Between January and November, excluding May, June and July, when the Wager Fire Service could not attend to any incident due to faulty track, the division attended to 51 incidents. This included 14 domestic fires, 10 electrical installation fires, and 9 commercial fires. Others were 7 recorded crown, bush, and refuse dump fires, 3 institutional fires, 2 vehicular fires, and 2 accident cases. In addition, the command attended to 1 mob attack incident while receiving 1 false alarm. The public has been admonished to pay attention to guidelines issued by the Safety Department of the service during the dry season to prevent fires.
Beyond this friendly advocacy, the service says it would not hesitate to prosecute offenders. For the Channel 1 Newsroom, I am Akwesiado, Wager.
This is a Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. Still to come, survey shows majority of Ghanaians say living standards have improved amid economic optimism. Stay with us for the details of that story and more.
Unbelievable. Said you have a city and the Amama Kai or baby and a home fair. Wow! Hello, Miss World.
Hello, Ajimara.
Now I hear now what to say.
Me who yo, madam for be ho our class. Many the year near mother so.
Me nyanan kame wagana. Nanso me talk. Me no we are sia na mabe pie electronic shop bi a kire say. Said you have a city no. Na ohunfo nyini ene shawo mani so say. Me ba better gold, diamond, jewels, nickels, pearls, blankets, everything. I'm a
Jimera of international waters. Hey!
Wow!
Obwa, onya bochire bia.
Obwa wani breno.
Yankwana no bochire.
Ha! Ita brocha nani?
Sister, Electroland Ghana Limited showroom for Krani. Kasi Kumase, Omo when you say Samsung, TCL, Media, and a NASCO product. I don't know munya botro. Omo me able to say Kaswa, Asamai, Makasim, Tamale, Sprinters, Coca-Cola.
Ajimara, it's me na kaba to charge me kutu. Dia so me say bam.
Me private jet no kwa. Be see me na me ba. Let's bygone be bygone. Hey, eniyama mo pese mo yi no wa ha bia. Munyi
yo yebeyi.
Electroland Ghana, home of electronics and affordable luxury.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie night, live music, karaoke, and endless fun, until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from 4,050 for individuals, 5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother once more. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the great. See, this wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Yeah, welcome back. Up next is Channel 1 Business with Neil Latte.
Fresh year, fresh fire. Catch 3 hot new shows every weeknight on Aquaba Magic this January. La Manor premieres on 5th January 2026 and shows every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Market Queens Season 2 is back from 6th January 2026 and every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Bloodline premieres on 8th January and shows Wednesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. 3 shows, pure magic. Aquaba Magic, Ghana's most loved storyteller.
Well, Nilate is in studio. Nilate, please take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Sandra. Now, a new survey by Global Info Analytics suggests that majority of Ghanaians believe their standard of living has improved over the past year. Respondents point to rising optimism about the economy following months of tight fiscal and monetary management. In the following report, Channel One Business engages traders and consumers to assess whether the improved economic management is translating into tangible cushioning beyond the headline numbers.
The survey shows that 56% of respondents say their standard of living has improved compared to a year ago, while 27% say it has remained the same. Only 12% report a decline, with 5% undecided. About 70% of voters are confident their living standards will improve further in 2026, while 18% are pessimistic. On the ground at the La Paz and Kaneshie markets in Accra, some traders say that although prices of goods have fallen, sales volumes are yet to see a significant rebound.
If I say 3 days ni ansana, omo says Accra no mu kokra no, omo waste time no, omo start back Accra.
Nti wankasas dwadini no wasitine mu emu asesana.
Oh yeah, media ya mami because me fanyo ma miensa. Na for say 2,500. Say me sa ko fa sa miensa na bia ebeba 2,000. Omo atete nyoma no so amahiti. Meka say yeah. This year, I turn say fan say mona ngwa na de ne de ebuo no wo fam kosua na de say wo hwe ebuo no wo fam fine until last year de ne niam mu yeden ani mum nyame ani sinsi yanka no kro ne mu odin emu say ni bo no ko sosoro angwa so saa ba sisi ade this year de nyame adom ye be fa ne saa emu ye.
Among consumers, some note that food prices have eased slightly but are still high, while others say reduced transport fares have offered some modest relief.
Cost of food has increased. Yeah, they are selling the food like at expensive price too much. Yeah, I'm a student too. Like the amount of food we buy at the hostels is too expensive.
Looking at the transportation fares and other things too, I want to say kudos to the GPRTU for their sheer, stance against any illegal increment and other things. So I think lorry fare too is better compared to last year. And this year, there has been a control in terms of regulating how the drivers, sometimes they charge per their own credit. But this year, I think because of the GPRTU's caution and other things, they are a bit cautious.
Government is being urged to ensure a sustained improvement in the overall economy for a more meaningful and lasting impact for Ghanaians. For Channel One Business, I am Daniel Odro-Mensah.
Pressure on the Ghana Cedi is easing as the year draws to a close. The local currency began the week on a rather steadier note after weeks of volatility. The relative calm in the performance minimizes uncertainty for businesses that depend largely on exchange rate stability for pricing and cross-border transactions. But how long will this positive trend continue? Daniel Sakiti has more.
Last week, the Ghana Cedi started trading on the interbank markets at 15 cedis 50 pesos to the US dollar, 15 cedis 36 pesos to the pound sterling, and 13 cedis 47 pesos to the euro. By midweek, it has strengthened slightly with rates at 11 cedis 36 pesos to the dollar, 15 cedis 31 pesos to the pound, and 13 cedis 37 pesos to the euro. The improvement eased concerns about currency volatility, which in the past has often followed seasonal spikes in foreign exchange demand. The Cedi entered this week on a strong footing as the year draws to a close, with the interbank market quoting the dollar at 11 cedis 11 pesos, the pound at 15 Ghana cedis, and the euro at 13 cedis 08 pesos. This marks a sharp contrast to the same period last year when the dollar traded at 14 cedis 71 pesos, the pound at 18 cedis 49 pesos, and the euro at 15 cedis 33 pesos. The easing pressure on the cedi is a combination of factors, including a decline in seasonal forex demand linked to festive imports and higher inflows from the diaspora, which have boosted foreign exchange supply and supported currency stability. Businesses and individuals that rely on stable and appreciating cedi are hopeful that the positive trend will continue into the new year, helping to reduce the cost of doing business.
Well, a good time to bring you an update on how the currency is performing on the interbank market. Well, that's the very latest in the world of business. Many thanks indeed for watching. I am Neil Atilate. Back to you, Sanda.
Thank you so much, Nii. To some other stories now, and the inability of patients to settle their medical bills after being treated and discharged has resulted in serious congestion at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. According to the Chief Executive Officer of CAF, Dr. Pakwesi Beidou, the situation significantly contributes to overcrowding at the hospital, negatively affecting the quality of healthcare delivery. Channel 1 News' Ashanti Regional Correspondent Fatih Aminu Ibrahim reports.
The Konfanochi Teaching Hospital serves as a major referral center for 13 out of Ghana's 16 regions, placing enormous pressure on its limited resources. Management says this pressure is further worsened by patients who, though medically discharged, remain at the facility because they cannot pay their bills. Hospital authorities reveal that the unpaid bills of detained patients ran into millions of Ghana cedis. According to the Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Pakwesi Beidou, this situation is a major contributor to the no-bed syndrome at the hospital.
You see, we render a lot of services from emergency. Some may go to the theater, some may from there go to the ward. But if you need to be sent to the ward, meanwhile the bed on which you are going to occupy is already being occupied by somebody, it means that we cannot send you to the ward. So it leads to the theaters getting congested. It delays because patients who are supposed to go to theater, yes, you have theater bed, but afterwards they have to go to recovery. That cannot be done. So it trickles down, and the final thing is when the ambulance brings you, we tell you you may have to wait in the ambulance or use other facilities. Dr.
Beidou made these remarks on the sidelines of a donation by the Ashanti Business Owners Association, which presented 100,000 Ghana cedis to support the settlement of bills for detained patients. Speaking after the donation, the Executive Secretary of the Association, Charles Appiah, noted that the support is aimed at easing congestion at the hospital while reuniting affected patients with their families to celebrate the festive season at home.
We are purely into trading, but part of our corporate social responsibility is to take care of the needy. And our focus when it comes to needy is on patients that have received treatment but don't have the capacity to pay for their bills.
Now, 1 year into its administration, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, in the Eastern Corridor of the Northern Region says it is regrouping to assess its performance in government and to strategize towards increasing its parliamentary seats and votes in the area. At a meeting held in Yendi, constituency executives, members of parliament, metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives, and other party officials from across the corridor converged on the area to review the party's performance over the past year. The meeting was led by the Minister for Transport and Member of Parliament for Saboba, Joseph Bukari Nikwe. Channel 1 News' Northern Regional Correspondent Mohammed Aminu Alabira reports.
For the first time in the history of the NDC, the Eastern Corridor now has two ministers, the Northern Regional Minister and the Transport Minister, who is also a cabinet minister. Addressing the gathering, Honorable Bukari Nikpe called on party members to unite and work collectively for the development of the people.
It is time for us to ask ourselves, we are entering the new year, what is it that NDC is taking into next year that will make us more strong to be able to capture more seats and have political dominance within this corridor? The time has come for us to be grateful to His Excellency the President that either to District Assembly's Common Fund was just for 4 years, now our 1 year allocation. More money is coming to our district, and for that matter, more is expected of us.
The Northern Regional Minister, Honorable Ali Adolf, also called for unity and peaceful coexistence, stressing that development cannot thrive in the absence of peace.
There is the need for us to remain united and let there be peace in our areas. Let there be peace, and we must always remain united as party executives. We also have a thorny issue in our region. It has to do with the drug abuse.
The MP for Yendi, Honorable Al-Hassan Abdel Fattah Jofa, expressed optimism about retaining the Yendi seat, citing the party's performance so far. He commended the Transport Minister for convening the meeting and assured him of the party's collective support.
We would ensure that the mandate of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, which mandate is anchored on rural development, touches the lives of the people in the eastern corridor part of the northern region. And so as leaders of that region, we are going to work harder and seek for all the opportunities that this government presents to make sure that this eastern corridor part of the northern region gets its fair share of the development.
Speaking on behalf of his colleagues, the Municipal Chief Executive for Yendi thanked the President for the opportunity to serve and pledge their commitment to delivering on the mandate given them.
We have those who hold the party activities at the various constituency levels. That is the constituency executives. We have our MMDCs around. We have the MPs around. These are the core stakeholders who drive government, who drive the party. So for the meeting to end, we know very well that we are coming out with a blueprint, and that blueprint will be a guiding policy or document how to improve successes of the party and government along the Eastern Corridor.
Now, the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and Member of Parliament for Bole Bamboy, Alhaji Yusuf Suleimana, is calling for the establishment of stool land secretariats in all traditional areas. Speaking at the maiden annual Busunu Homecoming Deba in the Savannah region, the Deputy Minister advocated strong land governance, stressing that land is the most valuable natural resource and the bedrock of sustainable development.
Alhaji Yusuf Suleimana stressed that land remains central to the community's prosperity and must be managed through integrated planning, strong governance system, and active citizen participation to meet both present and future development needs.
Jira Busunura and your chiefs, the good Lord has gifted you land. It is for you to make that land more valuable. It is for you to make that land precious so that you will be able to create wealth out of that land. Because of the importance of land, the 1992 Constitution has spelled out the issue of land and how land is supposed to be administered in this country. And so if you look at Article 267, Article 267 talks about stool land and skinned land. And so the Busunura and his people, the Boleura, the Yabonra, all of us will fall under vested land in terms of stool or skinned land.
The paramount chief of Bunsunu traditional area, Bunsunuwura, Monasa Yonoko II has renewed his appeal to President John Dramani Mahama to prioritize key developmental projects for Bunsunu. This includes the establishment of a STEM Girls Senior High School, the upgrading of the Bunsunu Health Center to a polyclinic, and the creation for more employment opportunities for the youth.
As a community, our strength and unity thrives in our diversity as a people. Bunsunu is inhabited by various ethnic groups, which include the Hanga, Kamares, Vagles, Gonjes, Sisales, Chakoses, Dagabes, Dagombes, Fulbes, Gourmets, Moshis, etc., who coexist peacefully with one another. It is time to take advantage of that peaceful coexistence to galvanize resources to work towards the forward march and development of the traditional area. This therefore resonates with the theme for the occasion, STEM Senior High School for Bunsunu. Your Excellency, the need for a senior high school for Bunsunu has been on the drawing board for quite a long time. God being so good, you are back to power today, and I have been reliably informed that a team of consultants came to inspect the site for the construction of a model STEM Girls Senior High School for Bunsunu.
You're still watching Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. Still to come, Anthony Joshua stable after Nigeria car crash that killed 2. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Having the right diagnosis can save your life. Welcome to SynLab. Inside the state-of-the-art facility, patients have the benefits of cutting-edge technology, experienced lab technicians, personalized care in our ultra-modern clinic, and most importantly, answers.
I've been doing all my tests at MedLab for over 20 years, till they rebranded to SynLab. You know, he was just a little boy when I started bringing him to MedLab. Oh, sorry, SynLab.
SynLab. SynLab is the new MedLab.
My family trusts SynLab.
At SynLab, our highly trained personnel give our clients personalized attention every step of the way.
SynLab is the preferred option for your annual routine health checks to avoid negative health surprises.
SynLab is the new MedLab.
SynLab, medical excellence for you.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother Man Small. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the great. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Pearl. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Merry Christmas from the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. Christmas is here upon us again, and to all the young people of this country, as Minister for your sector, I wish to take the opportunity to wish all of you a Merry Christmas.
As we move, let's move safely. If we see an anomaly, let's say it by reporting on 999.
A Merry Christmas to all our young people across the length and breadth of this country. You know, Christmas is just here. Take the necessary security precautions wherever you find yourself.
If you drink, you don't drive. If you are driving too, you don't drink. If you are drunk, get somebody to drive you home. We need you alive.
I urge all young people of this country to stay away from drugs, especially on our campaign Red Means Stop. I call on young people to stay away from crime. Let us celebrate in moderation.
To my Gen Zs, I say stay away from drugs, stay away from cannabis, stay away from synthetic drugs, and always have at the back of your mind that when you hear the bell ring red, it means stop. Don't go close to it. It will destroy your future.
Let me also take this opportunity to console the families of our young ones who lost their lives during the Elwak disaster. No one deserves to go through a thing like that. But we believe the coming year is going to be a good year, it's going to be a prosperous year. It's going to open many more opportunities for young people. Stay off drugs, don't do anything that will destroy your future. Ghana needs your life.
Next year, 2026, is going to be a fruitful year. We have a lot of good stock for our generation next year.
From all of us here at YEA, we want to urge all of you to stay safe and let's see each other in 2026.
Wish you a very prosperous new year. Stay off drugs. Have a very eventful Christmas. Make merry in a safe space and do things that will only support and promote good health. Merry Christmas and a prosperous new year to you all.
You're welcome back. Up next is Channel 1 Sports with Bernarda Bekwoche. Abi, tell us what you have for us in sports.
Let's get into it, shall we? Great. Now, FIFA has approved 23 Ghanaian referees to officiate international matches in the 2026 calendar year, made up of 10 center referees, 10 assistant referees, 1 futsal referee, 1 beach soccer referee, and a video assistant referee. Daniel Lai leads the list, earning approval as both the center referee and the VAR, whilst Richard Kweku debuts as an assistant referee and Portia Opon is named for beach soccer. The Ghana Football Association's referees committee, in line with FIFA regulations, having met strict fitness and medical requirements, nominated the referees. Final approval rests with FIFA, and successful officials will or are permitted to wear the FIFA badge from January to December 2026, with future inclusion dependent on performance. Let's talk about the AFCON now, and head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Eric Shell, says his team will approach their next African Cup of Nations match in a calculated and tactical manner. Nigeria face Uganda's Cranes, having already secured qualification to the knockout stages, a situation that gives the technical team flexibility in managing the squad. However, speaking ahead of the encounter, Shell insists there will be no complacency, stressing that he still plans to field a strong side.
This is not a competition for 11 starts or 11 players. So everybody deserves to have a change, to show something, because sometimes the guy who only played just 5 minutes in the AFCON or in a tournament can bring the victory, who can make the last goal, who can score the last goal. So this is a question about the management. This is not a question about the lack of respect about the tournament. For me, I want to put the best team at this moment. Yeah, for sure, I want to win. The player wants to win. Everybody wants to win this game. But like I said, and my first press conference, the first game is for the intensity and aggressivity. The second game is for the tactical choice. And the third game for the mathematics. So we don't need to do some mathematics. We just need to try to project us on the next round. But we want to win.
Well, let's do some boxing. And British boxer Anthony Joshua is in a stable condition after he was injured in a car crash in Nigeria that killed 2 people. Joshua, 36, sustained minor injuries when the Lexus SUV he was traveling in collided with a stationary truck, Ogun State Police Command indicated. Medical staff have conducted several clinical assessments on Joshua, who does not require any emergency intervention at the moment. That's also a statement that was confirmed by the government of Ogun and Lagos in Nigeria. A portion of the statement reads, quote, Anthony Joshua, the British-Nigerian 2-time unified world heavyweight boxing champ, was involved in a road traffic accident earlier today along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The vehicle conveying the team of 4 ran into a stationary truck, resulting into fatalities. End quote. Well, that's the very latest from the world of sport, and I am Bernard Abeku. That's the sports.
Thank you so much, Abeku, for that. And that's how we end today's edition of the Channel One Newsroom. Before we go, though, a recap of our headline stories. Minority in Parliament calls for bipartisan parliamentary probe into $240 million Bank of Ghana gold for reserves loss. Ghana National Fire Service warns against attacks on firefighters, saying offenders will be facing prosecution. Police shoot and kill suspects in failed highway robbery on the Nyankwanta Obuasi Road. And unpaid medical bills cause severe congestion at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. Download the Channel One TV app on the Google Play Store and the App Store. I am Omar Rusandamadu. Thank you so much for watching us.